The Science of Karma and Enlightenment, a comprehensive study guide. This study guide synthesizes the philosophical and practical insights found in the works of Sri Bhagavath, focusing on the mechanics of karma, the nature of God and the soul, and the path to spiritual liberation. Part I. Understanding Karma and Fate Quiz Instructions. Answer the following questions in 2-3 sentences based on the provided text. 1. What is the distinction between Sanchita karma and Prarabdha karma? Sanchita karma is the immeasurable cumulative stock of all past deeds, functioning like a total savings account. Prarabdha karma is the specific portion of that stock allotted for the current birth, determining one's environment, health, and life challenges. 2. How does Agamiya karma provide the power to transform one's fate? Agamiya karma represents the new actions and choices made in the present through free will. It acts as an investment that can counteract bad prarabdha or be added to the Sanchita stock, making it the only karma entirely under human control. 3. Why does the text state that even God has limited capacity regarding human destiny? God operates within the laws of nature and justice. Therefore, he cannot create good fortune out of nothing. He can only withdraw positive aspects from an individual's own Sanchita karma to resolve present problems in response to sincere prayer. 4. What is the primary difference between Kamya karma and Nishkamya karma? Kamya karma consists of actions performed with a desire for specific results or personal benefits. Nishkamya karma is divine action performed without a sense of doership or craving for fruits, occurring spontaneously according to the situation. 5. How is the concept of Maya explained in relation to sensory perception? Maya is the doctrine of ignorance where the mind's thoughts and opinions conceal the soul. It suggests that what we perceive as the world is actually just a disturbance in our senses, retina, eardrum interpreted by our mental imprints. 6. According to the text, what is the subtle body and its role in rebirth? The subtle body is a phenomenon of the subtle prakriti or universal mind, mahat, that contains our consciousness and thinking capacity. It is the subtle body, not the physical one, that survives death and takes on fresh physical forms in subsequent births. 7. Does a Gnani realized soul still perform actions or duties? Yes, a Gnani is still subject to the worldly laws of cause and effect and continues to perform duties. However, because they are mentally liberated and lack the I did it ego, their actions are spontaneous and do not feel like a burden. 8. What is the significance of the oil bowl story involving King Janaka? The oil bowl represents the mind. When the disciple felt a heavy responsibility and fear of death, he could not enjoy the world. The story illustrates that when one drops the sense of responsibility, doership, they can navigate life with clarity and without being tensed by external impacts. 9. How does the text define Brahman and Prakriti? Brahman is the ultimate truth and life essence, described as nobility and innate life itself. Prakriti is the universe originated by Brahman, divided into physical Prakriti, the 5 elements, and subtle Prakriti, the universal mind. 10. What is birthless state as described in the final chapters? A birthless state is achieved when the psychological struggle to retain happiness or remove sorrow ends. Without the compulsion of desire-oriented patterns, there is no psychological need to take a new birth, though a liberated soul may choose to return to serve humanity. Part 2. Answer Key 1. Sanchita versus Prarabdha. Sanchita is the total bank balance of all past deeds. Prarabdha is the withdrawal for current life expenses, experiences. 2. Agamiya power. It is the pivotal point because it is freshly generated by choice and volition, allowing one to build a new destiny or provide an antidote to bad past karma. 3. God's capacity. God is a judicious administrator, not a dictator. He follows nature's law and only helps based on the merit already present in an individual's Sanchita account. 4. Kamya versus Nishkamya. Kamya is desire-driven, ego-centered. Nishkamya is spontaneous, desireless, transforming the actor into a living god. 5. Maya. The world we see is an internal picture created by sensory disturbances. We don't understand the object itself, only the sensory perception of it. 6. Subtle body. It is the upgraded chith, wisdom part of our existence that acts as the vehicle for consciousness between incarnations. 7. Gnani's action. Liberation is internal. Externally, the Gnani remains part of the causal world, but their mental process is stagnation-free. 8. Oil bowl. It demonstrates that doership and responsibility create psychological pressure. Liberation is the absence of this karta-doer claim. 9. Brahman and Prakriti. Brahman is the non-physical life essence. Prakriti is the manifested universe, both physical and subtle. 10. Birthless state. It is the end of desire-oriented performing patterns. Birth becomes a choice of service rather than a karmic compulsion. Part 3. Essay Questions Instructions. Reflect on the following themes for deeper analysis. No answers are provided. 1. The Merchant and the Puppy. Analyze the text's critique of remedial rituals and token donations. How does this analogy challenge traditional views of religious worship and divine favor? 2. The Physics of Spirituality. Explore the text's use of scientific concepts, Doppler effect, laws of gravity, light wavelengths, to explain Maya and sensory perception. Why does the author argue that the second phase of religion must be scientific? 3. The Paradox of Choice. Discuss the relationship between everything is his deed and Agamaya is in our hands. How does the author reconcile divine activation with human free will? 4. The character of the Gnani. Contrast the frozen, coma stereotype of a realized soul with the practical Gnani described in the text. Why is emotion considered necessary for the Gnani's external duties? 5. The transformation of society. Evaluate the author's claim that individual agamiya karma is the only solution to mankind. How would a society based on nishkamya karma differ from the current selfish approach described in the text? Part 4. Glossary of key terms. Term definition. Agamiya karma. Newly generated karma created by present actions and free will. The master key to transforming fate. Brahman. The ultimate truth and nobility. The innate life essence from which the universe originates. Chith. The wisdom or subtle part of Prakriti, associated with the universal mind. Gnani, a realized soul who understands the mind and performs actions without the sense of doership. Iswara, a higher divine form of Prakriti, a subtle divine power capable of activating the universe. Kamya karma. Result-oriented actions triggered by cravings, desires, or the search for virtues. Mahat, the universal mind. The subtle Prakriti that creates subtle bodies and consciousness. Maya. The doctrine of illusion or ignorance. The mental concepts and opinions that conceal the true soul. Nishkamya karma action performed without desire or attachment to fruits. Spontaneous divine activity. Prarabdha karma. The portion of past karma, destined to be experienced in the current birth, determines one's environment. Sanchita karma. The total aggregate of all past sins and virtues. The savings account of a soul's history. Vyakti. The specific formation or structure of a being, such as Jiva Vyakti men, or Iswara Vyakti gods.